Wade in the water. Wade in the water, children. Wade in the water. God's gonna trouble the water. My name is Letitia Hinton. Thank you so much for joining me. And today we will be talking about having Mars in the sign of Pisces. We're going to take a look at the ancient glyph and we're going to walk through it. We're going to walk through the challenges of having Mars in the sign of Pisces, as well as all of the benefits and the positives that come along with having Mars in this sign. So I started out with the water signs, talking about Mars and the energy that is brought into our lives with Mars in water. And the reason I started with that is because Mars in a water sign can be quite challenging. And so we started with the first sign. I have the video up for that, which is Cancer, which is a cardinal sign. Then we moved on to Scorpio, which is a fixed sign. And then now we're going to delve into Pisces. So what is Mars? Mars is the ruler of war. He rules the sign of Aries and Scorpio. In the sign of Aries, he is all about self. He is moving out. He is going to get whatever it is that he wants to go get. There's no question about it. He takes initiative. He's moving with power. He's moving with all of this bright, dynamic, red, fiery energy. And then we take Mars and we bring him into the deep depths of water. So we talked about, again, what that looks like in the sign of Cancer. In Cancer, the crab has the shell. Then in Scorpio, the scorpion has the shell. Then we bring it over to Pisces. So what are we looking at with the sign of Pisces? So this relates to if you have Mars in the sign of Pisces, or if you have several planets that are in the sign of Pisces. This will affect you in this way. So when we are looking at this glyph for the sign of Pisces, we see two crescent moons joined together with a bridge. So we have the new moon crescent, and we have the full moon, the waning crescent, the waxing crescent, and the crescent that comes after the full moon, waning, waxing crescents. So we have two sides of receptivity. The sign of Pisces, it really goes so deep. So with this energy of Pisces, this shape shows the receptivity of energy that one who has the sign of, who has Mars or a lot of planets will experience. So what does it mean on the most challenging side? The energy that is coming into the individual, there's nothing blocking it. There's no shell like we have in Cancer. There's for the crab, there's no shell like we have in Scorpio. This sign has the animal representation are two fish swimming in the opposite directions. And the fish are open. They just have their scales. There are no hard shells on the outside. So for Cancerian people, for Piscean people, they are receiving, they are receptors for energy for anyone that they come in contact with. They are receiving, not only are they receiving, they are often mirroring the energy that is being presented to them, and they don't even know it. It's just a part of their nature. So, deeper than that, just on a regular mundane level, there is a bridge here between the two sides of this receptivity. So, there is always a connection between the Pisces person, and the other. Often you hear this talk about the subconscious mind, and how Pisces is connected to the collective consciousness of the people around them. And it is true. So with the sign of Pisces, because there's always this connection to the other, always this connection to the people that are in the room, that are around, whatever energy this person is operating in, then this person who has Mars in Pisces, or a lot of planets in Pisces, will be affected by this. And so what they can find themselves doing is becoming a chameleon. Oftentimes when they interact with other people, their ways, Mars in Pisces, the ways about them will begin to change. They'll start using their mouth the way that the person that they are communicating with, because again, there is a mirroring effect going on here. So the way that the person is using their mouth, or holding their head, or using their hands, the person with Mars in Pisces, or the person who has a lot of planets in Pisces, will start doing this. They will start operating in that way. So that could be a positive and a negative, because very early on, the person who has Mars in Pisces, or has a lot of planets in Pisces, as a child, they will soak up and begin to mirror whatever they are being taught at home. So if they have a parent, this is not every time, I want to say that this is not every time, but it is quite likely. If they have a parent who has an addiction to sex, or the parent is cheating, the parent is lying all the time, or the parent, again, is being deceptive, or the parent themselves are manipulative, then the child, of course, will learn early on this is how you operate. Because they are so open to the energies around them, they soak it up, and oftentimes they don't know where they begin and the other person ends, which can lead to codependency. This is on the negative, and we see that bridge that is happening here. So oftentimes the person with a lot of Pisces energy will feel like they need to merge with another, that they are not secure standing on their own. Mars in the sign of Pisces, where Mars wants to take action, and Mars shows how we take action and how we move in life, how we have sex, and how we like to go out and accomplish our goals. Because Mars is so tied to the other and the spiritual realm, which I'll talk about that in just a second, we will find that the person with Mars in Pisces oftentimes will not want to take a whole lot of action, not want to be involved in a lot of physical activity, because they get tired quickly. It is Mars trying to move through all of this, the depths of the water, because it's the deepest part of the ocean, where there is no oxygen, is the blackest part of the ocean. And why do I say that? Pisces is the last sign of the zodiac of the 12. It is the sign that is connected to the other realms, the spirit realm, being able to tap in psychically, to be a medium, seeing spirits. It's not strange for people with a lot of planets in Pisces to see spirits, hear spirits, be very involved in the dream world and the subconscious world. And in that, it is oftentimes easier to escape to a fantasy world. This sign is ruled by Jupiter. Um, Pisces is ruled by Jupiter. And so Jupiter is going to expand. Let me see. Let me draw the sign of Jupiter because I just want to talk about what we see in this glyph. So with Jupiter here, we see it expands at the top. Okay. And in this expansion, there is an openness, an expansion to the spirit realm. The modern day ruler, of course, is Neptune. And Neptune, I'm not going to do this justice at all. So there's Neptune. And with this, Neptune rules illusions, putting on masks, pretending. So the sign, when we talk about Pisces, as I said before, it is complex because it encompasses the expansion of Jupiter, the traditional ruler, and it encompasses the confusion and illusion that happens when you go underwater. When you go underwater, you cannot hear clearly. You can hear voices up above saying something, but you cannot hear clearly. You can open your eyes and you can see maybe the things right in front of you, but they are still not crystal clear as they would be if you were above ground. And oftentimes, that's what we have when it comes to Pisces. Mars and Pisces on the negative, again, can find themselves in codependent relationships because ultimately, because of the gifts that Pisces has, they have the gift to be able to feel what the other person or the people are feeling. And in that, Jupiter, I flipped all the way to the positive. Jupiter can expand the healing gift. So we're talking about actions with Mars, Reiki, psychic gifts to be able to help people with direction in life, to warn people, dreams, to warn others, to help others, teaching yoga, teaching spiritual things. Okay, Mars and Pisces. This is on the higher realm because it is about serving others, serving the collective in a spiritual way, as a spiritual teacher, someone helping heal the mind, heal the soul, help people understand their greater purpose and gifts that they've come with. Okay, that is Pisces, Mars and Pisces taking action for the greater good. Okay, they are self-aware and aware of the others. Okay, they are able to go up into the spirit realm and hear and receive guidance easily because of this open receptivity that we're talking about here. They're able to hear from the spirit realm for the other, for themselves and for the other. Okay. On the flip side of that, they can often feel so much pain from the other, from their past, and not know what to do with it. So the fish going two opposite ways, deep in the water, can be in a state of confusion. Okay? Not knowing which way to go. So we don't go anywhere. It is the hangman. The hangman card on the tarot that we see when Mars in Pisces, or if you have a lot of Pisces in your chart, and the energy is in a state of confusion. There's no movement. Stuck, don't know which way to go. Feeling too much energy from the others. Too much. So I can't move. I'll just be still. And not only that, I need to escape. How do they escape? This is really any of the water signs. But Pisces for sure is more prone because they're just open, no shell. Escape with drugs, alcohol, sex, video games, daydreaming, watching TV, watching movies. Any way that you can avoid the realities of the pain associated with living in this incarnation. Pisces is prone. It's very easy for them to escape. And if they are around people who put too much on them, as far as hurry up, work hard, let's go, get up, move, they can escape. The fish going the other way. Having a whole family, responsibilities. We got to get these bills paid. We got to, the light bill is due, the water bill is due. We got to pay the mortgage. We got to, get the kids together. Can be too much for Mars and Pisces, or somebody who has a lot of planets in Pisces. And so they are more comfortable when they can take it easy. Well, what if you are here and you have Mars in Pisces and you have a family? What are you supposed to do? What would be the best way for you to operate? When there is too much energy and when there is too much, escaping from the family is not the way. But being able to articulate to your family, I need to be alone right now. I love y'all so much, but I need to go in this room, turn off the lights, listen to sounds of water, put my hands in the water, get in the tub, because I'm overwhelmed. And I just need peace, and I need to take it easy. And if I don't, then I'm prone to escape. And escape in all the ways that I mentioned. Pisces gets this rap for being, a big liar and manipulative. But that is something for sure that is learned early. Because Pisces energy, Mars and Pisces, they cannot take a lot of fussing and arguing and a lot of painful things and painful words. They are highly sensitive. Highly sensitive. So if they are with someone who is yelling and screaming at them and throwing things and wanting to fight, they cannot take it. It's too much. They are too open for that type of energy. And if you are watching this, and if you have children and you know that they have Pisces planets, be aware that they are highly sensitive to noise. They are highly sensitive to arguing and fussing and harsh speech. And it can affect them negatively for life and bring them to states of confusion. but they oftentimes need to tuck away in a closet or just by themselves. And if they can get quiet, then they can come back and be centered and move forward. Okay? And I open this up singing Wade in the Water. And somebody is probably like, why is she opening this up singing a Negro spiritual about Wade in the Water? Because I was focusing on Mars in the water signs. And not only that, I'm bringing this information out because I know that the water signs, Mars is challenging. But the fix, when we talk about water, we're talking about the spirit realm. We're talking about talking to your ancestors, and we're talking about spending time in prayer and meditation and just sitting and listening and hearing what the spirit has to say. And oftentimes that, in addition to actual water, when people have a lot of water in their chart, it will soothe the confusion and soothe what is wrong. The great creator put what we need right here on earth. Okay, so I thank you so much for listening, and that's all that I wanted to share about Mars and Pisces. Please leave a comment if you have Mars and Pisces, or if you know someone with Mars and Pisces. Leave a comment. I'd like to hear what your take is on that, and subscribe to my channel if you liked it, and share the video. That would be awesome, and I will talk to you soon.